All right, today's podcast, we have a second-time guest, Miguel López, owner of Eat Cabo Catering, and we're going to dive more into what's happening in the event and catering landscape here in Los Cabos. Miguel, welcome.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you for having me.
You're still on vacation or what?
I'm still in vacation. That's low season, so right now I'm a little getting in shape for the high season.
Well, for those that didn't watch our first podcast, can you tell everyone how did Eat Cabo Catering get started and what makes it different?
Well, back in 2006, I was working as a restaurants and bars manager at the Westin Resort and Spa Los Cabos, which was in that moment the most important hotel on events, corporate events, and it was a really good experience. And then a very good friend named Nick Fong, I don't know if you know him.
Maybe me?
Approached me to partner to launch a food and beverage business, So then we became with our first brand named Frutopica. You remember it was fresh and healthy food and
Smoothies,
paninis, but always on my vision was to have a catering, So at the very beginning, with very limited resources, with no brand recognition and anything, we start promoting catering, Little by little, knocking doors. Yeah. We start doing little events, and with the word of mouth, they start knowing us, and it took a lot of years, of working and being consistent with the quality of the events, and then we become what we are now, a full-time catering company. I think one of the 3 biggest companies in Cabo, Yeah. What makes us different? I think it's we really get involved with our client, For sure, I can do 100 events a year. And sometimes we have never to forget that if we do 100 events, but for the client, it's his only event, So it's unique. So we have to really hear what they want, really put in their shoes, and try to meet with their expectations. And we have a very personal involvement with the clients. We talk a lot. They always have my cell phone. My sales agents also, they're available. We have a very quick response. So I think that makes us different. I'm in the events, little, big, but I always go there and see that everything is great. So far, so good.
Yeah, I think it's important to clarify for everyone. We started together, but several years ago, you bought me and Rocio out.
Yeah.
And that's really when you started growing. I think we were weighting you down too much, and you needed to do it all on your own. And you've done a fantastic job. You do a lot of our events, and I see the Eat trucks and people all throughout Los Cabos. The hand-to-hand kind of walking the client through their wedding, the corporate event. You also kind of get into bigger stuff too. Can you tell everyone about the event it's an annual event here in Los Cabos that you're very involved in?
Yes, we do. It's going to be next November, our 3rd year doing the PGA golf tournament in Diamante. It calls the Double T Championship. So we get involved with them for a recommendation. They were 18 years in Cancun, so they came here. We talked to them, and we did the first tournament, feeding all the volunteers, the media, the administration staff, all the concessions. And then last year, they gave us the responsibility to do all the players, caddies, VIP suites. Yes. So it's 1 week of operations, preparing maybe 1,300 meals a day.
A day.
A day.
For how many days?
For 7 days.
So what is
So
9,000?
like
Over 9,000.
No, we have like 5 kitchens. We have over 100 employees during that week, and it's a very, very exciting event because we do a lot of things at the same time. No, the volunteers eat something. The players they need different type of food, but also we have VIP suites that it's the guests that they want to have a good time, an open bar. So it's a lot of scenarios on the same moment, on the same week, but also it has given us a lot of knowledge on doing that type of events.
Going back to your roots, when you first started working here, you said you were at the Westin.
Yeah.
And at that time, I knew this because you told me it was the most important hotel because of events. How much percentage-wise would you say of the skills, the knowledge, and the confidence that you have in executing events like the PGA is attributed to those days at the Westin?
Well, I think the Westin was always a hotel chain like Starwood, give you a lot of standards, a lot of standards, a lot of knowledge. They already have a manual and they have the know-how. So I think to operational and service-wise, gives me 100% of my knowledge, no? Like, because I have really good teachers. On that time, I used to tell it's the whole hospitality, you know? Like everything very, very strict, like the way that the people is dressed, the service, the standards were like crazy, you know? So for sure, the Westin helped me a lot. Operational, I think when we start the catering, that we have very little resources, give me the knowledge to can solve, because catering, you have to go anywhere, no? You say, I want a dinner for 100 people on the beach, I have to figure it out. So little by little, having limited resources, we have to be very creative. And then what I learned from the Westin to do the service operation, and then the background doing for me when we start Eat Cabo Catering, like it was like the 100% of the knowledge that we have right now and experience.
Cabo is continually growing in the high-end luxury client, whether it's real estate or even in your business. What does the high-end client look for when we're talking about catering services?
Well, the high-end client that come to Cabo is very detailed, no? They see all the details. First of all, you are asking your guest to travel from another city to Cabo to your wedding, no? So everybody wants to impress. So Cabo, all the details of an event, they look at, no? The venue, the food, the service. We do always 1, 2, or 3 tastings before they approve the menu. Some of our guests wants to see the uniforms of the guests, like a lot of details that maybe in other cities are more like standards in ballroom and they have the event. So, and that's the good thing about high-end clients. They always never is the same, no? They always want quality, food quality, fresh food, but also that doesn't mean nothing if you don't have a good service, no? Friendly staff, very efficient, food temperature. So yeah, it's a challenge.
You know, don't want to name drop, like, because a lot of our clients can be famous people, athletes, actors, actresses, musicians. I remember when we were still partners, and I won't disclose a name, but the last name is Planet. Remember in Cabo del Sol, the event many years ago that was reserved and we provided food, I think for the employees in Cabo del Sol. It was a one-night
For the concert.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is a perfect example of, top Billboard artists, international. They fly down, they do a concert.
Yeah.
And
For 80 people.
there was only 80 people?
Because it's a singer that can full stadiums, no? Like
Right.
20,000 people. And that was only for 80 people concert.
That was for like a corporate event, right?
Yeah.
What industry was the...
I think it was Paramount.
Paramount? Okay. So you gave the client. It was many years ago, so statute of limitations have expired. Okay. How does Cabo's environment influence the menu and services you offer?
Well, for sure, because Cabo weather, you always need to see the season of the year, no? And that influence on the type of food, because there's like lobster, no? You don't have lobster on summer, no? So we're talking that we always offer mostly regional and seasonal food products. So yeah, for sure we can get lobster from another place, but it's going to be frozen or everything. So first we have to know when is the wedding, and then we can recommend the menu. No, also if it's going to be cold, if it's going to be really hot. No, because if somebody now wants in the menu soup, for sure they can have it. No, but my work is to recommend, like, we're going to be 35 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
You don't want to have a hot soup, no? So that influence a lot. In the service, our waiters are from all over Mexico. They're really with a lot of years of experience. And what they provide, it's a very warm service to the clients, and also a lot of knowledge of the area, because it's funny, but the guests always ask about Cabo and where to go and where to do. So normally people is very, very pleased with our service and with our food.
I'm going to go completely off script and off topic. You mentioned Paramount, and I've been thinking, did you hear about the UFC deal that was signed?
No? What happened?
The UFC signed a 7-year, $7.7 billion contract. And everyone, I'm talking about this because another thing Miguel and I do is watch the UFC fights, and we're recording there's a fight this Saturday, by the way.
Huh?
So we have to watch it if you're in town. Next year. So starting next year, no more pay-per-view.
No more pay-per-view.
No more pay-per-view. It's going to be on Paramount. So Paramount has their like Netflix equivalent.
Yeah.
And so the fights are going to be, so if you pay your $10 a month subscription, you get all the fights.
That's nice. Awesome.
I know a lot of UFC, actually, people and fans, the most important people in UFC come down here.
We do chef service for Dana White, which is the president of UFC.
Yeah. So he loves it here, and always stays at great properties, and hires the best
catering for sure.
What type of events and clients do you serve? We mentioned a little bit about that. And any memorable moments?
Well, we have situations, no? But there's one, that we have an actor that comes. We used to own a restaurant, Nick and myself, at Palmilla. And he came and he had lunch and he really liked it. So then he talked to me. He says, "Hey, I want you to make my birthday party, no? That it's going to be in a week." And say, "Yeah, for sure, we can do it." It was in El Dorado. And then he's like, "Okay, but there's only one thing." We're talking about 15 years ago. And he says, I am vegan, no? And he's like, "What is that?" No?
15 years ago, vegan
15 years vegan, no?
Unknown.
What is that? And he explained me, really nice guy.
Yeah.
He explained me, "No, this is vegan."
Now I remember the actor.
Yeah.
And now I remember, yes.
So yeah, for sure, I say it's a really good opportunity for exposure for me and everything. And but it was really challenging, no? Because I said, yeah, for sure I can do it. But then 15 years ago, if you remember, they were like very limited supermarkets. I don't think even big markets were here.
Was Santa Carmela at the time selling
Maybe.
imported goods?
I don't think so.
California market?
Maybe California. I don't remember, but first to do the menu, I was with the chef and we said, let's do this. And oh no, it's ham. Because you're gonna even have like honeybee, no?
You can't have honey?
Honeybee.
Really?
Honey, yeah, maple syrup, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But honeybee, nothing from an animal or an insect or nothing. So it was difficult at the end. You don't have like monk fruit or something. You cannot find it here. So at the end, we did a really good job. He really liked it. We did another dinner, I think 3 years ago. He remembered us really well.
That was the same client?
Yeah, the same client. And it's still vegan, but now we know, even in my menus of chef service, I have a vegan menus, no?
Right, yeah.
So that's good. And the other funny stuff was we did a friends and family event in Loreto for one of the richest men in the world, and his Loreto hotel, Loreto Bay Hotel. And when we went scouting, I was like, there's no internet, no? And I have very little internet.
Right, yeah, we know that.
Yeah, and then I have an event on that same date here in Cabo, so I was worried I wouldn't have any communication.
There was no Starlink at that time.
No, nothing.
Yeah, right.
So this guy owns an internet company, you know? So when I came back to the actual event, it was funny because there was a telecommunications tower, like so big, and they have modems on the palm trees, on all the palm trees in the hotel. So it's like the internet was spectacular. It's like, I was telling to my wife, I feel that even if I think something, it appears,
right?
Because it was amazing. That's the kind of clients that sometimes we make services.
You were mentioning weddings, and I know for cultural, diet, religious reasons, the menu and service can be very challenging. Have you guys done Hindu weddings?
We're doing our first Hindu wedding on next November.
That's a different altogether. And I know I heard from someone recently on the real estate side that they tend to rent out the whole hotel.
Yeah, normally.
But this is not a hotel.
No, this is it's in a really nice venue in San Jose. And we normally wouldn't do Hindu weddings because they are very particular. The food is difficult.
The spices
and
the
everything. Spices.
But you have a chef that actually cooked for us one time.
Yeah.
Indian food.
He was trained in India for 6 months. So he made really good Indian food. So that's why now I accept Indian weddings, because what I don't want to do, always we want a business, but we don't want to do something that we are not really well prepared. But with this chef, when he told me, and then we taste the food, I said, okay, this is good. So now we're going to do the Hindu food. So we're going to have next November. I will let you know how it goes.
But this is also very attractive for locals. Like if you want a catering event for Indian food,
yeah,
you guys have a chef that spent 6 months in India.
Yeah. The thing is, there's people that do Indian food here in Cabo, no? But it's totally different to do a catering Indian food, no? You have to have the plates, everything. So sometimes we found out like a chef they do a wedding, but then the same chef say like, hey, can you rent me all your equipment? So the prices go really high. Yeah. So now we try to do only what we know we're capable to do it.
Right, okay, well, next question. How do you guys design a more personalized culinary experience?
Well, always my concept has been to have fresh food, not very, I wouldn't say fancy. There's some trendiness like foams and smoke. I don't like that. I like a little more fresh. But the key is we have menus, But the key is to talk with the client and say, what do you like? Yeah. What you don't like, no? Any particular dish that you want to have it, or any protein that you really want to. So then when they give us all these guidelines, then we start building, because sometimes we are, as a catering, sometimes we have the mistake that we think that we know better, no? And the thing is that the client is the one that has to know what they want. So we design the menus on what the client wants, and then we make suggestions. This is not seasonal. This is not good for this for night or for day.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I find in our industry, it's the client knows what they want or they think they do. Our job is to just get that out of them.
Yeah.
And like discovery, like they maybe weren't thinking a condominium or a house, and now you've introduced them to the opportunity or a different area. And so they have a rough guideline. Maybe it's their budget,
Yeah.
and then the number of people, but that's it. And then you're giving suggestions and helping them navigate
yeah.
the best solution.
Yeah, they have an idea, and then you try to say, it's good, your idea, but maybe these things are going to be they're not that good. We can change it. We never say no. We always give it an option, no? It's like, this is very difficult. Why won't we do this? And normally, it helps a lot.
Last question. At least, how does food fit in the Cabo lifestyle?
When I'm from mainland, no, from very close from Mexico City, normally on the weddings, on the events, you don't expect much about the food, no? You go to a wedding and normally they give you a cream and they give you a salad, and it's nothing memorable, no? Cabo food, it's very, very good. All the caterings, all the restaurants, they really put a lot of attention on their food. They are with the latest trends. When people come to Cabo, they expect to have really nice food, no? Not the traditional Mexican for sure, but also they expect more.
Why do you think that's the case here and not in mainland Mexico?
I think there's the people that comes to Cabo, it's very high-end profile. So they have been traveled for all the world. So if you show them or you present them a menu that is very traditional, something that they already have seen a lot of times, they will not be happy with that. So when you say Cabo is a high-end destination, which it is, the people want everything better, no? The best golf course, the best hotels, the best restaurants, best catering. So we always try to see what is new and improve it, no? So I think that's the story.
I have another question. So 15 years ago, the trend or the new thing was, for example, vegan menu. What's the newest thing in Los Cabos?
Well, right now we have people is getting more worried about their health, about their needs. So first of all, right now there's a lot of people that don't want to eat certain things, no, like nuts, like cheese, like. So you have to adapt this, no. Also, more and more they don't like plated dinners, no.
Really?
Yeah, because plated dinner is more formal, no? If you are in a wedding, everybody has to be seated, and you just talk with your table, and that's it. So the new trend is family style, that it's imperial tables of 20 people or something like that, or food stations. The food stations, when you make the food at the moment, people can see how you're doing the food, and it helps to interact with other guests, like because they meet at the stations and hey, this is good. So it helps to a little icebreaker, So that's the trend for sure. The plated dinner is always like the traditional, but I see more and more people like family style.
What about locations? Obviously the beach or it's at a hotel. Any new trends in terms of locations?
There's not that many. We do villas, but there's locations in going to Todos Santos, which is Rancho Shibumi. In San Jose, there's Goncanseco, which is a really nice place, very close to your office. And there's another places on San Jose on like type of farms, but there's not that many.
Okay. And do you think that the events, corporations, weddings is an industry that's going to continue growing in Los Cabos?
Yes, for sure. For sure. The Los Cabos destination, it's for United States, it's a place that everybody want to come, The corporate that most of the times are incentive travels, So it's different. When they say Cabo, everyone's get really excited. And also in weddings, Cabo is very close. A lot of people have been for many times, so they really like here. So I think weddings is growing and growing. It's like, I don't know, I do like, maybe 60 weddings a year.
Yeah.
Plus corporate events, So it's more than one per weekend, plus the corporate events.
Cool. Well, Miguel, thank you.
Thank you very much, Nick.
And everyone, if you're interested in a private chef service, if you have a corporate event, if you're a real estate company and you want catering at one of your events, if you have a posada, if you're getting married, contact Eat Cabo Catering. Miguel Lopez, thanks.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Until the next one. Guys. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Nick Fong Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Ronival Real Estate and follow Nick on Instagram at NickFong_Ronival. Ready to find your Baja dream home? Check out the latest property listings at Ronival.com or findmexicohouses.com. Hasta luego.